Yummy. Just had some pretzels. Your music stinks. Hey, what's up, YouTube? What up, Facebook? I'm out of Facebook prison again. If you don't know, I've been put in Facebook jail 2.5 times. Most of it's been me condemning white supremacy or throwing really, really hate messages towards Nazis. And again, maybe your opinion differs from mine, but I don't think you're a racist or a hate mongerer. If you're spewing hate towards a hate group, you're hating on hate. That's actually love. But I've been banned from Facebook 2.5 times. But, again, awful political diatribe, fake advertisements, and Chinese ads for products that don't actually exist is okay on Facebook. And that's why I don't come on Facebook too often. But I just want to throw an alert out there for you guys that do follow the stock market. This has been the greatest 7 months to start a season in the history of the stock market. This has been the 7th straight month of the market going up to start the year. Let it sink in. This is the best market we've ever had, ever. Let it sink in. Because you know where I want to go with this conversation, but it's pointless. But my point is, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're clueless. Everybody's clueless. The market does what it wants to do, when it wants to do it. And none of it's about corporations' earnings. None of it about taxes. None of it's about, you know what I'm going to say, but it's not even worth my energy. It's not about flag waving or bumper stickers. It's not about who's doing what or what is doing anywhere else. It's not about the companies. It's about the idea that the government, whoever's in charge, the government, the Illuminati, what we're looking at is a liquidity-driven market that is basically absurd. The market is not supposed to go up every day. It's not supposed to go up every month. It's not supposed to do what we're doing right now. But it is. And that's been the way that I've been operating my business. If it is happening, I'm going to be doing what is happening. I don't speculate in the market. I wake up each morning looking for opportunity. When that opportunity presents itself using the VWAP, a volume weighted average price, is the algorithmic language of the matrix that controls the stock market. So once you have that in the palm of your hand and you conquer that notion, the first thing you need to realize is that the market reflects nothing in reality any longer. It's not about corporations making money. So everything you're about to send your kids off, and I'm a victim here also, I'm sending my kid off to college to learn about macroeconomics and a financial major. Math is still math. He'll learn how to be an accountant, and he'll probably be able to get a job anywhere he wants. But when it comes to the market, the stock market, what the premise of the market is that companies make a certain amount of money, that divided by the amount of shares that are available to the public, and that should dictate the price of the stock. If that's how it worked, the market would do nothing all day, because companies do not fluctuate in their market cap so dramatically like we're seeing on a daily basis. You wouldn't have this without speculation and the mere fact there's really nowhere else to make money on your money. The only way you're going to make money, it's not in the banks, not in bonds. Not everybody can invest in real estate and get rental income. So you really have zero opportunity to make anything on your money but to put it into the market. And that is artificial wealth creation. But while the reason I don't come onto Facebook anymore is that it's just, to me, I just see a bunch of posts of people that think they know what they're talking about. And I get it. There's an opinion. Everybody can have an opinion, right? Opinions are what? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. But when the opinion is based on something that is completely false, then you are what's called perpetuating a false narrative. You think you're right about something and you're completely wrong. So now it's not an opinion anymore. It's just ignorance. And I was ignorant once also. But what I witnessed over the last, 7 to 10 years, now 30 years of doing this is that why argue? Why try to think about it? The market's doing something, do exactly what the market is doing at the time. And the best way to do that is to stay liquid, not having investments, but being an active trader and participate in what's going on during the day. Now, I know not everybody can do that, but the reason I'm making this video right now is we're at a pivot point in the market. It has been a great 7 months. Usually the beginning of every month is very positive because the market, the they that control the market, want to start off on a good footing. They want to keep the momentum going. And right now it's all about momentum. It's not about earnings. It's not about interest rates. It's not about real estate. It's not about taxes. Not about the price of oil, which you're wrong about. Price of oil is dictated by supply and demand. Economics 101. Come on, you guys went to school for that, right? But you want to have a debate whether or not, the president controls the price of oil. You're wrong. But what we're witnessing right now is a inflection point of the market. We're getting to a point where it's just, first of all, it's not about earnings. It's about price itself. Those prices now have become a little bit inflated. So what we need to do now is we need to revert back to the average price. You guys learned that in high school, right? The one thing maybe you do remember, mean, mode, median, all that stuff. Reversion to the mean, the average price. And the average price right now is lower from where we are. So the market needs to revert to the mean. So as much as we've been killing this market and everything's rocking, if you are a long-term investor, you might want to rethink that right now, like right this second, as I'm talking. You might want to liquidate some stocks that you've had some nice moves in. Obviously, the QQQ being a stock that never goes down today is that reversal. We call it a blow off top moment. So if the market reverts down, we've got, we're only talking about a 3 or 4 or 5% move. Maybe it evolves into something bigger. But again, if you're going to manage your money, now's the time where we've seen the market hit this pivot point, and we should start to come in a little bit. But here's the thing. Let's say we do go down tomorrow. Maybe we crash. The question is, what do we do after that, right? There's still not going to be any place to put your money. If the market falls 20% in the next couple of days, what are you supposed to do? Buy it. So the only way you can prepare for it is sell some here today over these next couple of days. So if it does come, let's say mid-August, beginning of September, or the dreaded month of October. September and October are usually weak-ish kind of months. Because they have run the market right up to this point, to me, it looks like an easy setup. It looks like an easy setup, meaning we're going to come in. The media will do its job by questioning why. Of course, they'll give it a name. What are they going to name it? COVID, right? The Delta variant sell-off. That's what it's going to be. And again, whether or not your opinion is the same as mine on how this virus happened, what this virus is, mask or no mask, vaccine or no vaccine, you think the market really cares about that? No, it's an algorithmic program. But if they start to program it to react to the media, that's how algorithms work. They look for keywords, key phrases, and then it's price. If they decide that they want this market to go down, remember, there's the they do control it. They made the market ignore. Okay. They made the market do what it's done over the last 8 months. Let me reiterate again. The last 8 months of the market have been the best 8 months in the history of ever. You think Joe Biden is the reason the market went up for 8 straight months? Corporate law, China, infrastructure bills. There's one reason the market went up for 8 straight months. Money. The Fed and the government are supporting the stock market, kicking the can down the road. The market should be a lot lower from where it is, but it's not. So we have to accept it for what it is. It's a government induced, government sponsored casino. And usually, the longer you spend your time in the casino, you come out a loser. I'm throwing this out there for you guys. If you want to take it under advisement, the market's at a pivot point right now. And that doesn't mean it can't fight through this pivot point, because the enormity of the idea that there's nowhere else to put your money is so strong that when the market would normally go down, and let me tell you, I've seen it. The market actually does go down every once in a while. There are days where the market goes down and you're actually questioning whether or not it goes back up the next day. That's how the market used to work. Now, because it's not a real stock market and capitalism ended in 2009, which it did. Capitalism ended in 2009 with the bailouts, when the government said, oh, the banks are failing. Oh, well, guess we'll just save the banks. Oh, now the airlines are failing. I guess we'll just save the airlines. Oh, the cruise lines are failing. I guess we'll just save the cruise lines. You know what that is? That's not capitalism. So everybody that gets all bent about socialism and you think you know what you're talking about, you don't. You don't. Because this country has been socialist since 1939, since FDR. Go do some research. Go do some homework. Learn. Learning is good. Learning keeps you from being ignorant. All that being said, who gives a shit about whatever the hell I just said, right? Don't give a fuck. Let the market go up every day, right? But if you're not participating in this market, then all of the other factors mean more to you. Oh, the price of oil. Fuck the price of oil. QQQ. Oh, look at the border problem. Fuck the border problem. QQQ. Oh, I got to buy college. It's so expensive. Fuck college. QQQ. Artificial wealth creation. But if you're not participating in the artificial wealth creation, all that other bullshit really starts to weigh on you. Cable bills. Fuck the cable bills. QQQ. Make money in the stock market. The government is telling you we're never letting the market go down, ever. And there's nowhere else to put your money. So, oh, inflation? Fuck inflation. QQQ. The market outpaces inflation. So no matter what you think, the market is doing what you dream it would do. Never goes down. And like I said, I'm seeing some issues right now. Will these issues turn into a correction? 5 to 7% down? Will this moment turn into a crash, which is defined as a 20% haircut from the top to the bottom? Or will it turn into some sort of massive rollover, 20% or more? No matter what, when it's over and the pieces start to come together and the dust settles and they're done naming it on TV, COVID or China or Biden or the coup or the whatever they call it. Once the news story is over, then what happens? There's still nowhere else to put your money. The algorithms will kick back in and will start going back up. And that feeds on itself. Nobody wants to miss out on the next move up. Nobody wants to be short while the market's going up. Anybody that didn't buy the dip, now they are forced to buy the dip. Opportunity has been given. Don't miss your opportunity. And then the market goes right back up. So whether or not this can last, which at this point I figure it can last another 6, 10 years, and everybody's bent out of shape about how it's a government-induced rally, who gives a shit? It is happening. The market went up for 7 straight months. Yeah, it took a pause here, once and there. You had a couple of sell-offs, but where are we? All-time highs across the board. Let the government work for you. They're telling you. In 2012, they made an announcement. In June of 2012, they made an announcement. We will do whatever we need to do to support this market. And since June of 2012, They have done their job. They have ran this market. The only time it went down was a global pandemic, and we went down. This market went down, no joke, for 10 days. And it wasn't straight down for 10 days. It was two massive down days, one massive up day, another two down days. And then within 10 days, we already started our way back up, and we've gone up ever since. Why? Is the economy that great? Well, people can argue about the numbers and whether or not you believe them. But there's one thing you can't believe. There's one thing you can't not believe. Look at where the market is. Look at where it was 3 months from now, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago, 2 years ago. Look, I'm not telling you anything that you can't just go look at. But what I am telling you is the price of oil goes up because of supply and demand and the cartels. They're called cartels for a reason. Oil was at zero in March of 2020, not because of the president, not because of anything going on, except for the fact that nobody was doing anything. Nobody was traveling. The airlines were grounded. The cruisers were in dock. Everybody was in their home. There was zero demand. Zero demand, lots of supply, price goes down. Massive demand, lack of supply, price goes up. That's where we're at right now. Price of bread went up. Oh, the meat prices went up. Fuck you. Put your money in the market. Pays for it all. You got to get with the program, people. You got to get with the program. The government's saying, here's the money to pay for all your shit. Not only is here the money in the market, they actually sent you the money. They sent you the money. And if you would have taken that money and put it into the market, you'd be up 300% now. It's absolutely insane. So I'm telling you right now, if you are liquid, if you are savvy enough and you want to take advantage of this moment right here, sell. Sell, but have an intentions of buying back, because the idea of a prolonged down move, a bear market, doesn't exist anymore. Until there's somewhere else to put your money, until you're getting 5.2% in a money market account, there's still nowhere else to put your money. Raise your hand if you know the last time the market went up while interest rates were actually stable and going higher. Does anybody remember those days? 1998. We had a balanced budget. We had a surplus. Now we're at 7 or 8 trillion, right? Oh, by the way, it's not 7 or 8 trillion because of one administration. It's not Biden. It's not Trump. It's not Obama. It all started with what? The fake war that we were duped into going to that lasted 20-something years. The reason this country is in extreme debt is because of Trump and Biden. But it all started with Bush. So let's just be clear. Do some homework. Do some research. We had a surplus, and now we're 7 trillion in debt. It's not one person. It's all of those people. To support what? To support the stock market. The money has gone into the market and bailing out banks twice, bailing out the cruise lines, bailing out the airlines. So if anybody wants to know where your money's going, you're looking at it. Dow Jones, 34,800, QQQ at 364. How do you think it got here? Artificial wealth creation by this government. All right? So, but even the governments need to take profits. And when they take their profits, that's when the market goes down. So they need to get out. They need to cash in. All right? So that's where we're at right now. We have now had a massive blow off top today. And usually that means we're going to have more selling. Volatility indexes are going up, markets are going down, and it all happened intraday, which is the worst part. When the market starts down and they start talking about it on the news, it's usually over. I'm telling you before the news tells you. Today was an inflection point, a pivot point. This was bad. This was a bad day for the market if you're an investor. Great day for us traders because we're just liquid. By the way, liquid means we're sitting in cash we have no real positions on. This is the day that we dream about. Market goes up, and then we sell, and then it starts to go back down, and we could short it. And then if it starts to go back up, we could buy it again. We just trade the motion of the ocean. None of this means anything. You think I give a shit about what any of these companies do? I could give a fuck. I hope they all go to zero. I love when the market crashes because then the skill set that me and my people have really shines. Every schmuck can make a money in the market when it goes up every day for 7 months. That's why I hate the bull market. I mean, I'm rooting for it because I'd rather see the market go up than down for the benefit of others. But genuinely, I don't care because I have no real money involved except for what I do on a daily basis. So right now, I'm trying to tell you, be in this position where if the market crashes tomorrow, you'll be laughing, not crying. You'll be looking at it as an opportunity, not shitting in your pants or blaming somebody else like everybody does. Well, you see what happened? No, it's not the president. It's not the president. Not the president. The market didn't go up for 3.5 years because of Trump. And remember, if you want to credit anybody for what the market's done over the last 8 months, I'll take full credit because without me, none of this would be happening. I made it happen. You see how stupid that sounds? But when Trump was saying it everybody was like, but when I say it, how come nobody's waving flags? Where's my bumper stickers? This market's been going up for 8 straight months because of me. See how stupid that sounds? But it's true because I've been telling you the market's going to be going up. So if you would have taken my word of advice in January, civil war broke out, market didn't give a shit. More Delta variants, there could be a lambda, omega mu variant. Fuck off. The market doesn't go down. And if I'm right about what we're seeing here and we end up down today and the next couple of days we are down, remember, be ready to buy because there's nowhere else to put your money. And there never, ever will be, according to the Fed. Interest rates at zero. So I long for the days of 1998 where we had a budget surplus. We were not in debt to anybody. We could give a shit what China was doing. Fuck Russia. You want to talk about America first? 1998 was America first. Interest rates were high. You were getting paid on cash. The market was going up. Technology was booming. Everybody was living la vida loca. And the only thing we had to worry about is whether or not everything shut down in the year 2000. Remember Y2K? Let's go back to when Y2K was the only thing we had to worry about. And by the way, like I said, I don't know whether or not you believe that this virus is real or not. Apparently it's real. Apparently masks might help. Maybe they don't. Vaccines help. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't know. Who cares? If I get it and I get through it, then I'll make some comments about it. Most of the people that, 99.5% of the people that I know got it, shook it right off. So my opinion is formulated based on fact. The fact is that most people that got it survived. So if you're going to keep talking about COVID, are we going to keep talking about it till, is it COVID 2021, COVID 2025, COVID 30, COVID 50? Fuck you. Because soon it's just got to be accepted that this is the life, this is the world we live in. Terrorists are out there trying to kill us, and so is COVID. Deal with it. What can we do? What more can we do? But the president has nothing to do with the price of oil. And this country has been socialist since 1939. And capitalism, as what you believe and what you were taught, does not exist anymore. Because if it did, companies that report or talk about bad earnings would be going down. Companies that don't make any money, that are virtually bankrupt, would be going down. And that's not how it works. It's the opposite way now. So capitalism, in its true form and essence, does not exist anymore. Because, hey, look, if you're a good enough company or you're a big enough company and you start to fail, you call the government, and they bail you out. That is socialism. One form of it. You know there's 175 different versions of socialism? I bet you didn't know that either. But you know what socialism doesn't do? Kill you. Doesn't kill you. Nobody's coming to your house, kicking the door down and taking you out of your house and killing your children. That's what socialism doesn't do, even though I know some people believe it is. But more importantly, DLPN, right the fuck now. This stock's moving in 50% increments. Holy shitballs. Look at that, 1250. Sell, 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 1250. We're having some fun. We got a stock today, DLPN, not suggesting anybody buys it, right? But we've been in this thing today 4 different times. At one point, we were in it at $9.08 and it went to $10.50. It would take you 275,000 years to do that in a bank. And that's why the market's awesome, because the market provides you the money that you're not making in the bank. So again, greatest country in the world, the Fed controls the market. Don't believe it. The president doesn't control the price of oil because you have no idea what you're talking about. And socialism isn't the same as communism and fascism. It's not. Go learn something, or don't, and live in the world of ignorance. Ignorance is not a good place to be. Education over ignorance and conspiracies all day. Don't be a dick. Vote Glick 2024. I'll save the world and I'll keep the market going up in perpetuity. Have a great day, everybody.